Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Да, лодку перевернул. Тут стучит.
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
А что это за игра?
Just follow me. It's not far.
Да иду. Можешь быстрее топать.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What?
О, еще качельки.
She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
А, стратегия. Нет, таки не играю. Очень редко.
You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Тук-тук, открывайте.
Welcome to...
Так, она уже под влиянием.
Mr. Wake, I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh, yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Да нет у него астмы.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
Ну вот.
Wha-
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Ну вот, видишь.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
Ну-ка.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems
Опять что-то
I have an
пишет.
imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate
А, я же музыку хотел убрать. Звук. Музыку убрать. У меня авторские права аж на... заблокировали. Пришлось вырезать.
but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
Да,
I
значит, не
couldn't
в
work up
себе.
much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quick. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone as possible. There was no time to waste.
Опять у тебя ничего нет. Постоянно. Только наберу, а уже нету. Ни дробовика, ни фонарика.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
Да, вторая часть вышла, но я установил ее, установил вторую, но когда запускаю, она запускается, все, но не работает видеокарта, она не просто не грузится и все зависает. Я не знаю почему. Те игры нормально, вот одна игра так происходит. А так бы я поиграл.
Stop running! There he goes! Okay, men, keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here. Where did he go?
Oh, damn.
Over here! Over here! Where is he? You see him? Wait! God damn it! Where did he go? He slipped away. Keep an eye out.
Как обычно, слепые.
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the rider on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Ну да. Еще кто-то гонится.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Ну, походу на них сейчас нападут. Я даже не знаю, как назвать, монстры или кто они. Существа.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Так, ну-ка, есть оружие, нет? Одержимый тьмой? Ну да, похоже. О, тихо. Птицы вертолет сбили. О, можно посмотреть. Никого нету.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on! Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both of them. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Так, ну-ка, здесь что видно, нет?
I could see the lights at the radio station in the distance. I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Добраться до радиостанции. Ну это далековато так-то. О, и за мной пришли.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a...
Разрушить ворота как? Какое-то невидимое. Непонятно что. Возьми уже.
There was no power to the searchlight.
Так, ну где-то подать ток. Ага. Он теперь должен работать.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Да вот здесь проходит мимо. По-моему, оторвало его. Или нет? Не вижу. Пнуть. А, этот упал. Понял. Сдвинулся. Так это ворота не, как бы не настоящие были. Вот он идет. Протечка, так сказать. Так, опять ворота. Так, взять фонарик. Всё, больше ничего нету. Resident Evil 7. О, я тоже играл. Так давненько, конечно, проходил. Мне понравилось. Вот что Resident, они есть же и от первого лица, и от третьего лица. По-моему, 99-й Resident или какой там, не помню, они же с первого лица идут игры. Хотел 8-й пройти, но что-то у меня не запускается вообще. Ни ошибки, ничего нету, просто не запускается. Не знаю, что с ним. Там надо еще будет попробовать. Так, что там? Метнуть светошумовую гранату? А, ну это я знаю. Тратить не буду. О! Неплохо. Вот второе оружие, которое хорошо работает. Это получается ракетница и этот флешка. Так, еще двое. Тихо, не кидайся. Надо бы побольше их. Неохота тратить. Они меня потеряли, что ли? Скорей, скорей. Давай на свет. Ух. Так страшно, когда они сзади прям подбегают. А, все прошел. Там и DLC есть. Я, по-моему, основную прошел и DLC тоже прошел, но не все. Там DLC есть как и игры просто обычные, есть сюжет DLC, продолжение. Не смотрел? Ну, так было неплохо.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons.
А, темная сущность, вот.
All her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee.
Ну да, проще монстры называть их. Найти снарягу. Да, он постоянно находит, постоянно потом теряет все. У меня был дробовик, пистолет, ружье винтовочное, без прицела только. Так, сколько их тут? Трое? Давай. Вот успели, а? И все потерял. И так каждый раз. Куда он девает постоянные? Непонятно. Так, стрелочки. Вот тут стрелочки указывают на ракетницу. Это полезно. Опять они. Да ты чё? Сколько их? Трое. Нет, 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 не взрывайся. На ремень. Он не поворачивается. Так, вот ракетница. 2 штуки и этот фальшевейер, или как он там, вот этот гранатка как бы. Бесполезная. Вообще не знаю, зачем она. Да, не кидаешь, они не подходят, но... Фальшфейер, о. Причем? И 2 штуки. Ну, это... какой-нибудь босса, наверное. Так, трое. Надеюсь, потеряли. Не, бежит. Да ты чё? Иди отсюда. Где вход? Ага, неужели?
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why the cops bother with the trailer park.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens. Unless they try to sort themselves.
Да перелезь ты.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Я что-то закрылся.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
Ого.
Ah, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
А, это не полиция, это как ФБИ или как она называется? ФБР. Или как оно там? ФБИ. Я думал, это полицейские местные за мной бегают.
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Ну вот. Уже пистолет есть. Так, идем дальше. Так, вот во второй части, вот там... Во второй части, вот FBI, надо играть, там они расследуют что-то. О, у них кидать хорошо, быстрее будет.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Вот. Вот, теперь хорошо. Теперь есть опять дробовик. Ох, сколько их тут. Так, ну-ка в кучку все. Дружно в кучку. Угу. Да вы чё? Не взрывайся. Всё? Нормально. Так, вон там что-то есть. Это что такое? Это рукопись. Так.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows...
Так, сколько? 10 патронов.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He would...
Так, поезд. Вот проехал. Ага, еще патроны. Ну-ка, кто там?
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark.
Походу, ее тоже захватило.
I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy...
И вот интересно, вот он писатель Алан Вейк, да? Если он писатель, то вот это все, что мы проходим, это его рассказ просто получается, показывает. Если так, то походу да. Потому что рукописи вон сколько. И он говорит постоянно от другого лица. О, бегут. Да кто? Да хватит спамить-то. Давай пока.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there. The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Как опасно. Да ты чё?
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. Ага, неужели выбрался? Еще нет. Да чё? Чё так далеко? The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Урещи. Наконец-то. Как же это долго. Да.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Да хватит это замедление-то отдавать мне. Ну, испаряйся резче. Будешь мне тут сейчас. Да беги, ну что ты какой, а? Дохлячок. Так, попробовать флешку кинуть. Ну, что встал-то? Беги давай.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Да давай уже.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story, certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Какой там мощный фонарик. Надеюсь, что он помощнее будет, а не просто увеличенная батарейка. Потом стекла бьет. Ох, сколько их тут. какой ты дохляк, а. А где второй? Резче можно? Неужели? Патроны пойти забрать. Батарейки там были, по-моему. Да. Новый телек посмотрим. Так, это, по-моему, эксперимент опять какой-то.
Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition. But you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth.
Кто там, чужой сейчас вылезет?
The dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Так, вот и бульдозер как бы. Или что-то трактора. А, он прям давить будет меня. Ну давай их тоже подави. Тихо, тихо, тихо. А, блин, опять. Же вы достали. О. Как раз разворот открыть. Спокойно. А, найти транспорт, все, понял. Пока не прочитал, не мог понять, что делать.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
Ну тут уже безопаснее будет.
The coal mine wasn't far now.
Немного.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Так, ну-ка поехали. Чё пешком идти?
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Так, есть обходной путь? Он вряд ли перепрыгнет, ну да. Даже подъема нет. Так, в дом бы зайти. Глянуть, что там. Даже не дом, а сарай какой-то. Что-то пустень какая-то. О, поехали на этой. Да, пешком, конечно, это долго будет. На машине намного быстрее. Ой, еще машину могу поменять. Так, ну я почти, наверное, дошел. Нет, это другое, это вышка получается. Шахта дальше. Вон там, наверное. Так, подожди-ка, я здесь был уже, нет? Так, поехали на этой. И все? Это как-то мало. Вот-то нет.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised. I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Идет похититель с голыми руками. Класс.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good. I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
Да ладно, он сохранил мое все
I
оружие.
had to get to Mirror Peak. It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Ну и как я выйду? О. О, 26 патронов дробовика, это хорошо. Тихо, не ломаемся. Не ломаем ноги.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow.
Так, что-то много патронов тут дают. О, бегут. Настреливать придется. Следующий. Всё? Нормально. Так, флешка. Сколько? 4. Ну прям туда. Давай. Ну. Ну это ящик. Я думал, сейчас открою что-нибудь. А он нападает на меня.
What the hell?
Ого. Там что-то совсем большое.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Так, отключить электричество. А если машиной? А, он вообще туда не идет, даже не едет. Ой. Спокойно. Надеюсь, машина не взорвется. Хотя она уже дымится. Или мне кажется? Не, дымится. Так, все, теперь могу здесь пройти. Так, сразу в машину. Тут начнется опять. Тихо, 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 тихо. Скорее, уходи, уходи, уходи. Ух. Блин. А, не та кнопка. Ой, не та кнопка, не то оружие. Сколько у вас тут? Так, по-моему, там лестница была, или мне показалось? А, тут не забраться. Уже не сможет же? Ну да. Он же протянуть руки же не может наверх. подтянуться. Взрывайся. Так, еще кого-то слышу. Ну давай, давай, давай. Нет, он сюда не хочет. И чё? А, нет. Идем-то лестница. А, вот она.
Some of the taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Там что-то лежит, походу, что ли? Или мне кажется? Чего? А, это дерево. Ну да, что-то лежит. О, флешки. 7 флешек — это хорошо. Замечательно. Туда сходить, что ли? Так, тут ворота. Ну, тут закрыто. Да, мне не надо. Ну, тень, да? Ну-ка. А, она меня бьет. Ну, что? Я думал, мне ничего не будет. Зря только их испаряю. Ну, нет. О, идут. Трое. Перезаряжайся ты быстрее. Как же это долго?
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Не надо тут мне бочками кидаться. Так вот сюда бы добежать. Ты можешь не падать? Так, ракетница. Да, ракетница. И флешечки. Сколько? 10 штук. Ого, бегут сразу же. всех. Так, вон ящик красный. Тут должны патроны быть. Патроны и батарейки. Да. Так, и еще что-то тут. Патрон для дробовика. 32. Хорошо.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him
Чё?
talk.
Помповое ружье. О, давай. Нормально, наверное, будет. Да и патрон вмещаемость больше, чем эти 2 патрона. Так, ракетница 9 штук. Так, тут все полное. Да ты чё? Тихо. Нет, пистолет возьми. Так, 2 патрона осталось. Давай дробовик возьму. Вот там деревья валят.
Was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Так, этот опасненький, конечно. Можно попробовать флешку накинуть ему. Да стойте на месте.
place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a
Да,
century.
опять эти. Хотя нет. Ну, тут закидает все равно. Резче, резче давай. Короче, убегаем. Ну его.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Так, батарейки. Так, здесь что у нас? Тут ничего, пусто. Лучше бежать. Беги. Давай в дом. А, закрыто. Стой, 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 да повернись.
I needed a key for the door.
А еще можно это делать? Так, ключи. Открывай. Ох.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs, There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Вместимость 3, 4, 5 вместимость, а в ружье вот больше. Не, я лучше ружье оставлю помповое.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Ракетница. Сколько у меня их? 12 штук, нормально. Для пистолет патронов нет, только, конечно, 2 патрона осталось.
Birds.
Ворона будет охотиться еще на меня. Ну-ка, скорей. Тихо, не падаем. Скорей, скорей, скорей. Нормально. Так, я в шахтах каких-то. А это кто? Кто зовет?
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain. Alice?
Help me! Alice?
Yo.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Так, тут тупик вообще. Да беги.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Ну да, конечно. Еще и сзади. Ну давай, беги. Ведь начинается вот это вот. Взрывайся. О, сейчас бежать. Дохлячок. Да достал уже выдыхаться. Так, вот сюда сразу сейчас встану. Да. Речи. Всё, всех.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Ну, так где-то, наверное. Ну. Опять кого-то слышу. Или показалось? Так. Как-то вот так, наверное. Ну-ка. Так, можно еще выше. Ну-ка, подожди-ка. Зачем лестница здесь? А, понял. Вот так вот. Так, это быстрый переход. Да. А, ну-ка, подожди-ка. Это выше, чтобы поднять. Да. Чуть-чуть пустить. О, нормально.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head.
Ну, опять снова вороны идти. Спокойно. Так, вот, пистолеты для патрона появились. Так, справа внизу. Задело. Всё? Что там еще? Нормально. Лесорубы все валят деревья. Это, конечно, неожиданно было. И опасно. Дождь. Дождик из вагонов. Так, нет, это у меня уже такое было. Патроны вот возьму. Ружье я не буду брать, у меня дробовик хороший. Вмещаемость патронов нормальная. Куда постоянно беретесь, а? Сразу обходит меня. И хитрая, а? Ну да, давай еще обрушишься. И упадем вниз. Зачем ты? Берет мне флешку, тратит. Горещи, давай, а.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Вот и силач, конечно. Какой-то том. Про Тома. Ну, выходите-то все. Так. Что там еще? Патроны еще. Так, что-то я не понял. А, вот здесь вот пройти. Да.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. To get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Wait! Are you?
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
Меня зовет.
No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lie.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Ну, пока закончим. Получается, это какая четвертый эпизод. Почти половину, половину, наверное, игры уже прошли. Осталось немного.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Наверное, где-то еще на 2, на 3 стрима хватит. Ну ладно. Спасибо, кто был. Всем пока.